Apathy doesn't excuse laziness. Just because you're not passionate about something doesn't mean you should half-ass what you do. Your actions are a reflection of you. If you don't put effort into what you do, it would make you look lazy and indifferent. School is a perfect example of this situation. Now, before I begin, I would like to emphasize the fact that I am passionate about learning and knowledge. I am not enthusiastic about school. There's a difference. I enjoy learning at my own pace because I want to, not because I'm forced or obligated to be part of some curriculum. And I'm sure some people feel the same way. There might be some students out there who do enjoy school, but for the most part, unless you want to be a teacher, I think there's a general consensus about not wanting to attend school or do assignments and projects. Not everyone is passionate about doing equations, not everyone is passionate about reciting the past, and not everyone is passionate about writing an essay. However, just because you don't want to do something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. For example, I tried my best when I was in high school. Was I valedictorian? No. But that doesn't mean I didn't graduate. I know my role in life. And I don't want to stress myself out with being the best in a scholarly sense. Now, if I was trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or a politician, then yeah, I would strive for the best. But I'm happy knowing I graduated. And the way I did that was by reading the directions, following the lesson, asking questions when I needed to, which was all the time, by listening to my teachers, the staff, and even the students to a certain degree. Some students don't pay attention. In fact, I remember seeing some students use their phones or do something else in the middle of class instead of doing their work. Now, I'm not going to be a narc and get into the conversation of, you shouldn't use your phones in class, because I know some students are going to do it regardless. You're bored. You're not passionate about being there. I get that. But at least listen to what the teacher says. And when you're done getting your classwork out of the way, if there's time left, sure, use your phone. Trust me, you deserve it. But some students use their phones in the middle of a lesson. And those same students are the ones who get pissy about not knowing what to do. But they do know they're obligated to do the work. And they end up asking the teacher questions that were answered during the lesson. Some students don't even come to school. Without regarding to students who have financial or medical reasoning, some could say, I don't show up because it's too hard. How do you know it's hard if you don't show up? Did you come on the first day of school and think, yeah, this isn't basic math, so I'm out? In another scenario, if I was a musician and I created a song, I wouldn't expect for it to go platinum or for everyone to adore it. But at the same time, I don't want it to suck. Every artist has songs that their audience doesn't like or that just aren't that well known. But just because a song isn't liked or popular, that doesn't mean the artist wanted it that way. They tried to make the best product that they could and hoped it would be well received. An artist doesn't know what the outcome of a finished project will be, and even if they did, I'd like to think that they'd be passionate enough about their work to create a song or a movie or a book, regardless of what their audience thinks. They're not going to think, I know my art will suck, so I guess I won't put any effort into it. If you have an ardor for what you create, regardless of how experienced at it you are or not, you should be proud that you did it out of passion and not for validation. Also, this should go without saying, but if you're passionate about any hobby or task that you do, it will obviously facilitate how much effort you invest into it. Basically, if you like doing something, it'll be easier to do it. I understand if you're not immensely passionate about whatever you might consider a trivial task to be, to the point where you're like, I can't wait to do this. But at the same time, don't just excuse your laziness by rationalizing the thought that you're going to fail, or because you don't like it, or simply because you just don't want to do the thing. All in all, as cheesy as it is, nobody's perfect. It's okay if you're not good at a certain task, or if you're not passionate about doing it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. So make sure you do your best. Who knows? You might like it in the long run.